story of Sonic the Hedgehog began when the Blue Blur went to visit South Island for some sightseeing, when he discovered Dr. Eggman dug up the ground in search of the elusive Chaos Emeralds, and went to stop him. Sometime later, when he was moving with his plane, he found an island in view called West Side Island. There he met Tails, a fox with two tails, who helped him stop Dr. Eggman, who once again has dug up the island trying to find the Chaos Emeralds. Once Sonic and Tails catch up to him, they realize that he created a space station called the Death Egg. Using the power of the Chaos Emeralds, Sonic transforms into more powerful versions of himself called Super Sonic and destroys the Death Egg. After the Death Egg crashes into Earth, it causes a place called Angel Island to crash into the ocean, which is the home of someone called Knuckles the Echidna. Knuckles is also responsible for protecting the Master Emerald, which Eggman wants to steal. Knuckles was able to take the Chaos Emeralds back by taking a good shot at Super Sonic and was able to get away. Then, using Sonic's plane, Sonic and Tails make it up to the newly rebuilt Death Egg and get the Chaos Emeralds back from Knuckles. Transforming one more time, Super Sonic destroys the Death Egg again, which crashes beside Angel Island. Sometime later, Dr. Eggman discovers a shrine dedicated to Knuckles' old Echidna tribe. It told of an ancient god they worshipped called Chaos. Determined to get his revenge on Sonic, he uses the power of the Master Emerald to bring Chaos back, but in a weak form. In order to bring him fully back, Eggman went to get the Chaos Emeralds to bring power to him. While chasing Dr. Eggman, Sonic meets Amy, another hedgehog who worships him, Big the Cat, someone who lost their frog named Froggy, and Shao, fun little creatures who follow the heroes on their adventures. Once Eggman gave Chaos 6 of the emeralds, Chaos betrays him and goes on a rampage in search of the final emerald, transforming into perfect chaos. An old ancestor of Knuckles, named Dekal, explains that she was the one to trap him in the Master Emerald and believes they need to do it again. Sonic and his friend, disagreeing with her, are able to get back the Chaos Emeralds and transform Sonic back into Super Sonic. Using his positive energy, Super Sonic turns Chaos back to normal and saves the day. After getting betrayed by Chaos, Eggman discovers Shadow on Prison Island and agrees to work with him, if he brings him the Chaos Emeralds. After he gets free, Shadow causes destruction, which Sonic gets blamed for and hunted by Gun. While he works with Tails, Amy, and Knuckles to find out what is happening, Eggman, Shadow, and a newcomer named Rouge work to reactivate the Space Colony Ark and activate the Eclipse Cannon on it. To show his true power, Eggman broadcasts an announcement for world domination on TV with a warning shot of the Eclipse Cannon to the moon. In order to get to space, Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles get on a rocket and land onto the space colony. In order to defeat Eggman, Tails constructs a fake Chaos Emerald to try to destroy the cannon. Their plan backfires when Eggman realizes that the emerald is fake and sends Sonic into space. In a desperate attempt to survive, Sonic replicates Chaos Control, an ability Shadow uses to teleport to save himself. Once he gets back, Sonic confronts Shadow and destroys the Eclipse Cannon in the process. The victory is short-lived when images of Gerald play all over the space station, revealing it will crash into Earth, something Gerald planned as one bit of revenge on humanity for what they did to him and his granddaughter. To stop the impending crash, Sonic and Knuckles go to use the power of the Master Emerald to neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emeralds, while Amy pleads with Shadow to help. Shadow realizes with Amy's sense of positivity that his memories were false and that Maria's final wish was to make everyone happy. Shadow agrees to help by defeating BioLizard, the prototype for the ultimate life form, to buy Sonic and Knuckles some time. However, as Sonic and Knuckles are successful in neutralizing the emeralds, the BioLizard is able to use Chaos Control to fuse with the space station. To stop it, Sonic and Shadow use the emeralds to transform into Super Sonic and Super Shadow. After defeating the BioLizard, Super Sonic and Super Shadow use Chaos Control to return the space colony back to orbit, while Shadow loses his super form due to not being able to control it and falls down to Earth. Sometime later, Eggman sends a letter to Knuckles and Tails, letting them know he has a new weapon to conquer the world in 3 days. Sonic accepts this challenge to take him down, with Tails and Knuckles by his side. While T-Sonic tracks down Eggman, Rouge, knowing he is busy, invades one of the bases in search of jewels. To her surprise, she instead finds Shadow, who was thought to be dead, in a stasis chamber like the one he was frozen in before. While waking him up, Rouge also wakes up a robot named E-123 Omega, who after a conflict joins Shadow and Rouge to take down Eggman. While chasing him, they realize that they are chasing a robot, and that he made multiple versions of Shadow. Once they realize this, they meet up with Team Sonic as well as Amy, Big, and Team Chaotix to confront Eggman. Instead, they find a robot version of Sonic called Metal Sonic, transforming himself into a more powerful version of himself called Neo Metal Sonic. Neo Metal Sonic revealed that he was responsible for the Shadow robots, as an attempt to complete his mission to destroy Sonic. Because of how powerful he has become, Eggman claims that they cannot defeat him without the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic confidently decides to fight him alone, but Tails and Knuckles join him. However, they are too late, as Neo Metal Sonic is fully powered up to become Metal Overlord. Just in time, Team Sonic goes super and defeats Metal Overlord by shutting him down. Confused by Neo Metal Sonic's defeat, Shadow and Omega hold up his powered down form. Afterwards, Shadow, still struggling with memory loss, with the only memory he knows when he escapes the gun raid by Capsule with Maria's last wish to everyone to be happy. As he ponders about who he is, the sky is suddenly engulfed with dark clouds with aliens jumping out of it. When he turns to run away, unconcerned about humanity's fate, he is suddenly stopped by one of these aliens calling his name. This alien was Doomseye, who protects their leader, Black Doom, who tells him that their day of reckoning approaches and he needs Shadow to collect the Chaos Emeralds as promised. Confused by this, Shadow demands answers before Doomseye escapes. Shadow comes to the conclusion that if Black Doom knows who he truly is, he needs to do as he asks. After collecting all of the emeralds and arriving on the comet the aliens arrived from, Shadow is about to give the emeralds to Black Doom, but he reveals why he came to Earth. He came there to enslave humanity, and he needed the emeralds to do so. Before Shadow can react, Black Doom takes the emeralds and uses Chaos Control to bind the comet to the planet. As he does this, Sonic and his friends arrive to confront him. Black Doom then tells Shadow what really happened in his past. Black Doom gave Gerald his DNA in return for the emeralds. Distraught by this revelation, Shadow became paralyzed with fear, while Eggman is shocked for his grandfather would betray humanity just for research. As Sonic and his friends became paralyzed by a toxic gas from the comet, Shadow suddenly hears the voice of Maria, giving him composure to stand back up. Shadow then says he's done with his past and that his new goal is to destroy Black Doom. Enraged that Shadow would defy his creator, Black Doom threatens to take Shadow's life back as he makes his way to the front of the comet. As he arrives there, Shadow hears a message from Gerald telling him that he blames himself for his mistakes, that he is sorry, and that he made the Eclipse Cannon as a way to take down the comet if it were to return. Knowing his true purpose, Shadow uses the emerald to transform into Super Shadow and takes down Black Doom, who falls down to Earth in its demise. Shadow then uses Chaos Control to move the comet back into orbit and uses the Eclipse Cannon to fully destroy it. With Black Doom defeated, Shadow returns to Earth, now knowing his true purpose, to protect it. Sometime later, Eggman goes to Solaria and kidnaps a princess named Elise because she has the secret to controlling time. Sonic rescues Elise, but loses her again thanks to another hedgehog named Silver. As this is happening, Shadow sneaks into Eggman's base by blowing up a crowd of robots. He rescues Rouge and a scepter she stole from Eggman. They go to Kingdom Valley to meet with Gun, but instead find Eggman. Through some chaos, the evil scepter falls down and breaks. Gas comes out as Eggman retreats. It then turns into a Shadow clone. It calls itself Mephiles the Dark. He knows Shadow because of a time travel, and sends him and Rouge into the future. where he finds Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, who were also sent there by Eggman. They were able to get back to the present using Chaos Control, and Sonic goes to find Elise while Shadow goes to find Mephiles. In the future, Silver and Blaze are traveling through the fire when Mephiles arrives. He shows them Sonic and an emerald and says he's the guy who caused the destruction. He sends the duo back in time to kill him. Back in the present, Sonic is barely able to save Elise from a damaged ship, while Shadow teams up with Rouge and Omega to go find Mephiles. By searching the desert, they find Mephiles has now become too powerful and has made multiple versions of himself. By taking off his inhibitor rings, Shadow powers up to his full ability and is able to destroy all of his clones. During this, Silver comes to the realization that Mephiles is evil and that he needs to help Sonic stop the ship he and Elise are on from exploding, so he sends Sonic back in time to stop it. After Sonic is able to save Elise, he comes to face with Mephiles, who literally kills him. In order to save him, Elise uses the Chaos Emeralds, as well as a prayer, to bring him back with a kiss that unfortunately everybody on the internet hated. Once he comes back to life, he, as well as Shadow and Silver, go super and take down Mephiles. While blowing out a singular flame, the timeline gets reset and the story never occurs. Sometime after this time travel mess, Sonic is fighting Eggman aboard a ship in space where he transforms into Super Sonic, and Eggman retreats. When Sonic finds Eggman begging for mercy, he takes the chance to trap Sonic in his Chaos Energy Cannon, which starts drawing the Chaos Energy out of him very painfully. Once extracted, Eggman uses the cannon to wake a creature named Dark Gaia up, splitting the planet. The lack of Chaos Energy in Sonic turns him into a monstrous version of himself, leaving the Chaos Emeralds gray and powerless. Sonic then gets injected back into Earth, where he meets someone named Chip. Him and Chip then set off to restore the Chaos Emeralds and restore Chip's memories. Once they restore the Emeralds, Chip comes to the realization that he is Light Gaia, the opposite of Dark Gaia, and that they need to stop Eggman before Dark Gaia gets to full power. But they are too late, as Eggman gives Dark Gaia his full power, and Sonic loses his monstrous form and gets very weak. Chip uses his new power to turn the temples they restored the emeralds from to turn into a colossal and heal Sonic. Sonic then goes super, and him and Chip take down Dark Gaia. Chip stays behind under the surface and sends Sonic back to the surface, where he meets Tails and continues his adventures. Sometime later, after his defeat, Eggman makes an amusement park filled with aliens he kidnapped called Wisps. Sonic and Tails go to this park to investigate and free all the Wisps. During a confrontation, the park turns into a black hole, and Sonic sends Tails back to Earth to keep him safe. Unable to stop his own demise, the Wisp saves Sonic by also sending him back to Earth, leaving Eggman trapped in space. After trying to get back to Earth, Eggman accidentally finds a creature called Time Eater, who has the power to mess with time. He then teams up with a younger Eggman to trap Sonic in the White Void forever. During Sonic's birthday party, this plan goes into action, where Sonic and all of his friends get sucked into the void. Sonic then rescues his friends one by one with the help of his younger self. Once they gather all the emeralds, Sonic and his younger self confront Time Eater and the Eggman, but are unsuccessful as a counterattack from behind makes the Sonics unconscious. With the support of all of his friends and the emeralds, the Sonics go super and take down Time Eater, bringing them all back to Sonic's birthday and leaving the Eggmans trapped in the void. After escaping this void, Eggman attacks the city, and Sonic arrives just in time to stop him. Eggman anticipates this, however, and brings his allies, which includes Sonic's past enemies and a mysterious new enemy named Infinite, who uses his power to actually take down Sonic. Following Sonic's defeat, Eggman actually takes over the world, with those remaining form a resistance. 6 months later, after finding out Sonic is alive, they recruit a civilian who is one of the only ones to be brave. Breaking into the Death Egg, the civilian, now called the Rookie, saves Sonic and brings him back to Earth. While this is going on, Tails is on his own, losing hope. When Chaos tries to attack him, Sonic's younger self comes back and saves Tails. Joining back into the action, Sonic fights the mysterious enemy, named Infinite, and takes him down, despite Infinite's lack of beliefs in Sonic's power. After this, Tails and younger Sonic overhear that Infinite destroyed all prototypes of something called the Phantom Ruby, which give him his powers, and that Eggman has a plan that would kill them all in 3 days. With this knowledge, Tails and younger Sonic find the Rookie, as well as the Resistance, and informs them of this. As an attempt to stop this plan from happening, the Resistance destroy the Death Egg once again, and Sonic and the Rookie use the power of friendship to double boost and take down Metal Sonic and Shadow, where they realize that they were fabricated with illusions. With one final push, the Resistance forces invade Metropolis to try to take down Eggman and Infinite. However, even though they thought they took down the Phantom Ruby's power source, they still had enough power to trap Sonic and the Rookie in null space, a place where nothing exists. Using double boost, they escape null space, and Eggman retreats with only a few hours left until his plan is completed. With Eggman retreating, Sonic and the Resistance run into a battle with all of the illusions. As they start to fight, Eggman and Infinite start his plan, to make a sun with the Phantom Ruby and ram it into the earth. Because the Rookie picked up one of the Phantom Ruby prototypes, he is able to get close to the sun and make it disappear. Furious by this, Infinite goes to fight Sonic and the Rookie, but gets defeated by a double boost and retreats. As one final attempt, Eggman converts the last of the Phantom Ruby into a version of the Death Egg robot. Joining forces, Sonic, his younger self, and the Rookie triple boost into it and destroy it. Younger Sonic then returns to the past, and the Rookie leads the Resistance to go on his own. Sometime later, Eggman visits a set of islands called the Starfall Islands in another attempt to stop Sonic. However, this doesn't go to plan, as an AI that he created sends him into a digital realm in an attempt to save him. Once Sonic hears about Eggman's disappearance, as well as the Chaos Emeralds disappearing, he and Amy and Tails head into the islands to investigate, only to get sucked into the digital realm as well. As the only one to escape, Sonic hears a mysterious voice telling him to find the Chaos Emeralds to destroy the Titans and that he is the key. Sonic goes from island to island, helping his friends who are trapped in between the dimensions, destroying the Titans one by one and getting more and more corrupted along the way. As he goes further, a mysterious AI named Sage warns Sonic not to keep destroying the Titans, but he ignores her. After destroying the 3 Titans, Sonic hears the voice tell him to silence the 6 towers. And so Sonic does, seeing the visions of the past while he silences them. After seeing the truth that the Asians were fighting the voice they've been hearing this whole time, Sonic gets fully corrupted and dies. After escaping the digital realm, Amy, Tails, and Knuckles, who also got to the islands, use their wishes of a better future to go back into the digital realm and save Sonic. Seeing that Sonic survived, Sage sees that they have a chance, and has Eggman and Sonic team up. Using her powers, Sage brings back Sonic's friends and stabilizes his corruption temporarily. From then on, Amy, Knuckles, and Tails go get the emeralds, getting corrupted themselves, while Sonic turns his corruption into power. Sonic then uses his new power to become an even more powerful Super Sonic, and fights the voice now called the End, with the help of his friends, Eggman and Sage. Going fully corrupted, Sonic goes into Cyber Sonic and takes down the End. Then, Sonic and his friends head home, while Sage goes home with Eggman as his daughter. And that leads us to Shadow Generations. What awaits us for Shadow? Find out in my Shadow Generation series starting in January.